Good morning and welcome to 3 More Minutes. We are on day 14 of 21 days on promises. And today we're still in the book of Acts. We are in chapter 13 and looking at a short passage today, just verses 32 to 39. And here we see a promise that was fulfilled to David in Jesus' resurrection. It kind of points from the Psalms when David says it and shows how that came true. So starting in verse 32, it says, "We tell you the good news. What God promised our fathers, he has fulfilled for us, their children, by raising up Jesus. As it is written in the second psalm, 'You are my son, today I have become your father.'" This doesn't mean that Jesus was born or that God is his actual father in that sense. It's a messianic tone that the children of Israel would have understood. Verse 34, "The fact that God raised him from the dead, never to decay, is stated in these words, 'I will give you the holy and sure blessing promised to David.' So it is stated elsewhere, 'You will not let your Holy One see decay.'" And then verse 36, "For when David had served God's purpose in his own generation, he fell asleep. He was buried by his fathers, and his body decayed." So the point is to make sure that it's clear that David was not talking about himself or anyone else, but was talking about Jesus. Verse 37, "But the one whom God raised from the dead did not see decay. Therefore, my brothers, I want you to know that through Jesus, the forgiveness of sins is proclaimed to you. Through him, everyone who believes is justified from everything you could not be justified by the law of Moses." What this is the definition of grace. This is the forgiveness of sins. The language that is used here, that Paul is using, is the idea of legal terminology. And it's the thought of me standing before God and being blameless. And that can't be done by something that we have done. That last piece of that verse, something that could not be justified by the law of Moses. There's a lot of people, and I'm one of them, who want to be perfect. We want to be able to kind of say, like, hey, I got here because I earned this. I did this. I worked really hard. And the truth is, this passage is showing that when we look at the law, when we measure ourselves against it, we'll never stand up on our own. The only way we can do that is through the blood of Christ. And so, even though I want to try, I want to hold that for myself, it's nothing I can do on my own. Max Lucado gives a great illustration of if salvation were jumping and touching the moon, and maybe I can jump 10 feet and you can jump 300 feet. That's still amazing, but neither one of us touched the moon. So each and every one of us need Christ, and I hope that we see that we have that today, and there's nothing that we can do on our own to get it, to just accept that grace and forgiveness. Have a great day.